Good morning.
Morning.
Oh boy, let's see here.
Morning, Big Daddy.
Good morning, sir.
How are we doing today? What what the
I have
what
no idea.
happened?
I have no idea. There's no data. I don't see any data. I don't see anything. I just see honestly, I've got one eye on the data that I don't see, and I've
Uh,
got the other eye. I am still swashbuckling with Claude to get daily pointers out. This is unbelievable.
I was literally charting, and is that wow? What can we get this price action to in New York?
Yeah, seriously.
It's like crazy, man. This went what? $5?
It's been
Three?
it's moving.
I don't know what happened here, but Jesus. And I reject 772. Yeah, I have no
The
idea
war
what
is
happened.
over. The war is over. Right
Oh, that was it. That was it.
now, I'm being facetious.
Oh, I was gonna say for today.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
I was gonna ask you for how long.
It's over for today.
uh,
Yeah, I don't see anything in the news here at all.
yeah, we
Nothing.
have to have.
There's a Shark Tank winner, but other than that, I don't see too much. Crazy.
Let me see.
All right.
Oh wait, U.S. Treasury Department announces. Let's see if that's it. Increase of size amount. Uh,
No, that's
nah, that's
operational
not it.
budget.
Nah.
That's different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. No, yeah,
yeah.
no. Doesn't do anything. Wow, crazy. I don't know what happened here, but congratulations, whoever was went on longs yesterday at close.
I carried my CRDO calls overnight,
Ooh,
so and that's popped up 8 points. So that was
good
nice.
job.
Anyway, Jinja, your choice today.
You can go, sir. You can
You
go
want me to
because
go?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
All
I
right. No
still doing
worries.
some stuff here.
No worries. Let me get set up here. All right. Cool. All right. So we'll start off with the. I don't know what this big green candle's for, but I'm going to proceed with caution here. So let's look at the VIX and see where we're coming down to here. We've got a. Hold on 1 second. I need my. Okay. We've got the VIX just fresh off of the 2 a.m., slowly declining down, bounced off the 4-hour 20 in the overnight, and then we just had this massive pullback here with the run coming up with the S here. So where does that put us? It puts us lower than yesterday's trading session on the VIX, which opens us up to a lower amount of volatility, which is not how I would plan for today to go, especially with FOMC at 2 p.m. But it also keeps us elevated off the floor here and outside of that channel, obviously. So I'm going to, excuse me, proceed with caution here. I think being below 18,250 is the target, so we hit that target. The next one is that 17.5, I believe, and so we are running running close at 17,480, and so we need to be cautious on that one here. So we still have a potential for a bounce to push up, and again, I'm not really sure what the catalyst is that's pushing this here, but ES at 77.4450. We've taken out all of yesterday's losses during regular trading, and we are climbing close to getting closer to Monday's levels. But again, we're running right into resistance right here too. Nice pocket of resistance here. What will happen likely is as we continue to push up, we'll get that 4-hour 9 to curl and act as support, and then we'll bounce between them. So we are in a compression zone on a leading green candle. No way to tell if this doesn't just punch through. Obviously, something with this much of an effect to this point could carry it through once we figure out what that is exactly. And that's it. So that's it there. So SPY at 770, which is giving us a nice 3.5 point jump here, puts us roughly 776. He puts us roughly here, which is kind of half the climb back into the the drop between Monday and Tuesday, so closing that gap a little bit. But we do have, again, same thing as the ES, but a little heavier, a big pile of resistance here. So I expect to see some manipulation here and probably retracements coming back down. So do not get too excited about the jump here. If you have short-term stuff that you played earlier yesterday, be very cautious and make sure you strap yourself in to take some profits and work through that. I'm going to switch over to Bitcoin real quick to see how this reacted. Basically the same. A little bit flatter. It's definitely held the area on the overnight. 64.5 has been taken. That was the target. So we have finally taken 64.5. Now we need to maintain that level. So maintaining that will include likely back tests and consolidation in this range here. So don't expect Bitcoin to move super fast outside of this range. It is. It took us a struggle and a half to get up here. We had the fall in coming in the overnight and then push back up. So now we are back into this range and expect to stay here for a minute before we launch upward if we do. Typically, this won't happen in August, so we'll be looking for September-ish, maybe even drooling into October. I think election cycle, be damned, it will continue to move without it. So that'll be the projected path here. Looking at the war chart. Although Big Daddy has decided to take responsibility for the Iranian war and he's called it off. So I don't know what's happened here, but this sheds no light on the situation for me whatsoever. This morning, 84.36. We have a slight bounce upward since this AM with this. So that's definitely not the catalyst. Sorry, this is just these things don't like to straighten out for me in the morning sometimes. There we go. But you can see this catalyst started at 8:30, which is typically news announcements. And I'm looking at my news, and I don't see anything here that warrants anything on that side of it. So we will, again, should give us some great price action today. So hopefully this carries into the open, and you guys have some fun on the Jinja Show. All right, so where are we on SPY on the daily channel? Here you can see we're in the channel at the midpoint, drop below it at 770.11, puts us right above or right on, I should say, the center line here. So we are still going to be choosing direction here. So really kind of just hugging this line, but working out exactly as planned in terms of structures. We've got all of these pieces in place and we're hugging them. So once we start playing in between them, then we know what our targets are. We start dropping, we know what our target is. We start rising, we know what our target is. So this is a good, this chart has worked out very well for this pattern here. And you can clearly see that the pullback at this point was significant to get here. Now, if we pull back up and we bounce back up on this, then we know that we're going to head towards new all-time highs. But the reverse is also possible. If we dip down below this, then we'll do our back test towards the 4-hour 50 and the bottom of this channel. Very similar with the Qs. Qs are trading at 720.48, which pushes us not too high here. So roughly in here, still below the daily 9 back test. So we haven't completed that as of yet. No, still haven't completed that daily 9 back. Close, but haven't completed that yet. So a back test on the daily 9 is possible here, as well as that rejection pushing us down. We do have supports down here, and we've talked about all of this. But what we need to do is if we lose this channel here, the bottom of this channel, that's going to give us a significant downside that could push us down towards the 4-hour 50 in the 707 range. Targets have been 709, and then on the top side looking at 728-ish. So these are all the range bound pieces that we've been looking at for the Qs off of this. But I don't see a significant push up higher to get us in that other range as of yet. Into this higher channel and the breakout zone because we still have suppression here, and even with whatever this catalyst was, it didn't break us out. So we're still fighting that piece there, and the VIX is starting to retract this right now as we speak as well. Soxel. So Soxel 134. So nice little recoil on this. It's like we want to buy here, but it says we're just going to stop just short of it. Don't be fooled. We still have to see those levels. But do be excited that if you did start scaling in, you have a reason to take some profits out of here too, and or hold. My take on this for Soxel is if you did start your scaling in entries down at these levels, here is to watch them carefully, and 2 p.m. is going to be the high volatility. So make sure that you are in profit at the end of the day on anything you took out yesterday, or at least getting into that 2 p.m. sector. I wouldn't want you to hold it through it in case this starts pushing us in a downtrend here. So be careful there. And then looking at this on the daily side, you can see very clearly. So 134 is where we're printing. We are still in the lower end of this bracket here, of this channel here. So we're right here in, just above the daily 20, and floundering in this area here. So losing this again brings us back down to the levels we talked about, but we're in the channel now, whereas we closed under it before. So we are teetering inside this space. Very important spaces here. You can see that these are all coiling launch pads, and what we're looking for is we're looking for the drop before the push. And that may take some time because of the midterms coming up and the how this kind of all insulates into that same area. So we may see this kind of roundabout take a little bit of consolidation period longer than we'd hope for, and then kind of push higher after we get through all that. First runs first, though. We need to make sure we hold this floor, that 90, whatever that is here. 89.90, and but I think what we're going to do is we're going to see these levels right over here before we continue to push up on higher. MU it's doing the same thing here. It's taking a lot of resistance out, which is nice. MU will target higher numbers more than NVIDIA will. This will be more volatile. The biggest reason it's going to be more volatile is it's less controlled and it's outside the range of most analyst targets. So the range for most analyst targets are way up into the 1500s. So we are way, way below range, and those haven't been adjusted yet. So everything's still pointing in that direction. MU's got the biggest spread, not percentage-wise, but dollar-wise, and that does matter. Big take for us is 1,000. If we reject off 1,000, then expect to see lower, and we'll see how that kind of plays out there. But otherwise, this looks like, again, we're getting a nice little bounce here. Don't get too excited. Let's see where this takes us. But I would expect to see some retracement here as we get into the open and into the morning, especially by 2 p.m. with FOMC. CRDO. Just a phenomenal run here too. Same thing. We're at resistance now. Rejected off the daily 9 in the pre-market here, which has definitely given us a push on the downward fashion. Jinja, I've got all my stuff ready now. If you want to take over, then I can finish getting everybody's stuff
Sounds
out
good.
before the open. Let me just switch you over and get your charts up.
Let me get actually, let me go here on Soxel. I know there's a lot of people with a lot of...
You're all yours. You're good.
I love what he did on Soxel. I just want to reiterate that we are between two big levels here on Soxel of support and resistance. Okay, we wicked twice already from here. We're holding that level. If we go to the 4-hour channel, we can clearly see, and this is why I understand why Banana doesn't think that this might be the right time to go in a run, because this area here, 137.80, as you guys can see, used to be a gap there. The EMAs are there. There's going to be a lot of resistance. If we cannot claim this, we're going to make a lower low and going to come and revisit first 116, and then if it does not hold, then we'll come here to the 101. Okay, so this is in case we don't climb. If we climb this and we can hold on a daily candle or 4-hour candle, yes, then we can go revisit those up there. Okay, so this is what I just want you guys to see on Soxel. Soxel has been very... If we reclaim the previous high day and the Asia high, you can trade the bounce in the continuation. If we reclaim the previous day low, you can just go. It's been like that, so kind of like not very hard to trade. So that is a little tip there, that if you want to trade Soxel. I want to go here on Apple. Apple looks good, guys. Apple looks good. The EMAs are crossing here on the 4-hour. They were able to hold 300 completely. My only thing is, I hope this was the retest and the bounce. So for me to continue here, we got to hold this level. I don't like that this wick below that open there, but I need to see how this candle closes. If this candle continues, it's a good entry to get here to 315. If we close below, is exactly the same SPY trade that we took yesterday. Okay, we nailed SPY at the morning call yesterday, guys.
We
I
do every
mentioned
day.
yes. Yeah, I know. I don't want to say that. I don't want to sound cocky, but guys, yesterday on the 4-hour candle here, when I saw this candle here, okay, there was a bounce. I told everyone, if the next candle doesn't give the continuation and we start coming down, we're going to revisit that level. Okay, that's exactly was our trade. We revisit that level to the T and then bounce. And then only at the end of the day, we came to make a lower low at 4 p.m. almost. Okay, so this was literally the low of the day when we exit there. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at Apple, guys. It's exactly the same setup, and they love to do this. You think it's the bounce of the MA? It is not. Comes in, gets everyone that tried to bounce, gets them out, and now we bounce. Okay, so now let's see if we can climb above the 21 EMA here on SPY, right? Look, every single time you have the gap between the EMAs, what do? We go fill them, okay? This is very scary because the 200, look what the 200 is, 151, right? So this is the area that we have to climb now. The 773, we reject 772, but we are bouncing up, guys. Beautiful price action. This is really making me give me the chills
Getting
because
jealous.
this I know, man. I wish I could trade now. This was beautiful. If you look here on the 5-minute, look at the test of the EMA. This is a A+ setup. You go, you reject 772, you come to the EMA and you trade the bounce. Well, whatever. But let's continue here. I want to go on the Qs really quick. Qs are holding this pennant now, okay? Bouncing perfectly where our indicator was showing support. Yeah, 715, 40-ish. Right there, we came to this week and we bounced hard. Same exact thing, everything. We are getting into the resistance area. It's make it or break it. Are we going to go above the EMAs? Are we going to reject? And this was a fake bounce. We don't even know what this bounce was from. I can't find anything in terms of data there. So got to be very careful today with what's going to happen later on. If we cannot climb on the Qs here on this wick here, 725, we're going to make a lower low and we're going to get this low here. Okay, around it might be this here 710 or even the lower one at 708.55. Okay, big level here that needs to, that's 725 and then 727 there. Let's see how we trade if there's continuation from this bounce in the morning. Tesla, let's go on Tesla. Tesla, I said I would love Tesla to hold 735. 335, and it did, guys. It did a little wick on before open yesterday, but during the session we were very good on holding that 735. That, oh my God, me in the sevens. That 335. It's spies on my head. So holding nicely here. I think they're it's tough, man, because my problem is we haven't claimed the 21 EMA on the daily, and this is my problem right now to go long here. The 4-hour looks good. So what I would do is if we can claim above Asia high today, okay, and it comes in retests Asia high, you play the bounce at least to the previous high day. Okay, that will be, get that indicator, that will be the trade. Okay, you're probably going to miss some of the movement, and if it doesn't come in retest, it is what it is. But it's the safe way of getting in here on Tesla and make some money. I want to talk about Netflix because I mentioned it yesterday that I was waiting to see how do we react here. Okay, we haven't gotten there. We tried yesterday and rejected this one here, this 78.59. I want to see how it does today. If we go there again and we reject it and we can't even get to the previous high day, this will look really good to come to the downside and get back into the channel here, okay? What we're doing right now is we're doing a series of lower highs. You guys see there? Okay, high, lower high right now. We're not done with this one yet. Still has 2.5 hours, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen here. But it seems like it might be a lower high, okay? This will be a good entry around here if you see the rejection to come and retest the EMAs here. I don't like that we are falling the EMAs, but I think we can make good money here on Netflix on a pullback. I want to go on SoFi, okay? SoFi came here, rejected 19 to the T, it usually does, and now it's holding the 200, okay? What I think is we're gonna go back here to the previous Saturday to 18. Guys, if we reject 18 shorts, there's a huge amount of a banger, amazing trade. If we reject there and we lose the 200, you see the candles? This will freaking drop hard. Especially if we lose here 1750, okay? That will be your first stop to take some profits if we reject there. But if we lose that, we're gonna come all the way down here, okay? This is looking really good. Set up alerts, rejection of 18 on the 4 hour. If we can climb it, wait for the candle to close, it will be really good. A really good trade. Can the opposite and the inverse applies, right? It's holding the 200, it can bounce, and it can try to go and get those wicks again and continue. Okay, this is the key level, 18 right there. Okay, that's why you decide if you go long or if you go short. I would love the short because there's a lot more potential there on the short. And then to be almost over with it, I want to talk about the dollar here. And the dollar on the daily is right at the bottom of the channel, okay? So what does that mean? That means if we hold here and bounce, okay, the markets are going to go down. SPY and Qs are going to go down. If we lose this trend, and this is where we have support and come and test this, we are probably going to see the 775s on SPY, the 778 on SPY, okay? So keep an eye on the dollar. This is a very, very important area right now to hold the channel and make another bounce. You see here, boom, bounces, rejects, bounces, rejects. Yeah, are we going to bounce now and go again? Okay. Key level. This will give you a very good idea of what the market is going to do. And then to my last one, I like to talk about it because since the beginning, I know some people probably are in it in some capacity with stocks or options. Look, double top there. Okay, we haven't claimed that. I said 135 here to get into longs. Okay, this is what I would. Well, the 135 is between the EMAs, right? The 21 is 133. I will hold. Am I looking at the 4 hour chart? That's what I'm looking for here. Okay, this wick here, 135, is the same thing. No entry for me. And if we pop and we go, that's it. I don't care about it. I will not get enter here. I think they might pull the rug first, come down, scare everyone, and then we go for the run. Okay, there's this gaps here. I would love to fill this gap, and then I'll be a lot more confident to go on it. So here's our gap that we had, the daily gap. We're right there. We'd love to see a rejection here, and this is where you need to be careful. If you depending on price action is, don't go on full position on 135 because it can test the 131s right here. Okay, it's the next level there. But 135, you have the EMAs, you have that wick there. That's what I'm looking at. I would love a pullback here. Okay, we got into a trade, me and Botsy yesterday. on Celsius. Okay, we got cash secure puts. It's looking decent for a continuation. Okay, I did the exact same thing you did, Botsy. I got it at 28 there. We need to hold 30 for another push. Look, this on the daily, guys. There's some volume here. I like it. Now we are getting to that key level around here. We need to claim 31 will be great for the continuation. Okay, so if you're not in, you don't get in now because this is already going there. You would need a little retest. Now, if we reject Asia high, you'll need a retest of previous day close and a bounce there. Okay, so if you want to take that trade, if you look here in the 1 hour, this is what I would look. Okay, we're getting, this is key right now for us. See, wick. Where every single time has been rejecting that 30, 50 area right there. The 30s, that's what it is. So if we can close a candle on the 4 hour above 30, this thing will go 30, 60, and then 31. Okay, we'll see. But I like the way it's just going sideways. So, but I like the volume on the daily there. So we might pop. Okay, that's why we got cash secure puts. It's a very, very safe trade right there. We can, the goal is to bank on both sides, right? We bank on the premium that we got paid right away, and then we bank on the options. Okay. What do I, Amazon, right? Amazon is my last one. I have 5 minutes. We were right on the downside. This looked very bearish. Once we lost this area here, okay, this was a very important level, this 270.50 area here. We lost it, and now we are trading below EMAs until we don't climb and then we don't change this downtrend, right? This is a clear downtrend path. I would not look into long this. As a matter of fact, I will look into short this once we get to this level here and we can claim it, this 266.61, or in the EMAs are right here. I would short it again until here. Okay, 252.90 and that 300 at that 200 EMA right there. Okay, that's it, everyone. Be careful today. Hopefully we get some good price action, guys. Monday and Tuesday were absolutely atrocious. Yesterday was really bad. And we still navigate, right? But it's fast and entries, fast exits, because there's no movement. This is a beautiful movement that we had on SPY right now at open. And those days will come again. New York session has been just really bad. Look, you see what we did, guys, here? You see the gap in the EMAs on the 30-minute. You see what we did? We filled the gap, and we got to the 200 and rejected. See how many times we repeat ourselves? It's always the same thing. When you're the gap, when there's nothing, no gaps, and you just follow the trend, it's just time. There's no movement. Now, once it open, when we open the gaps, there you go. Okay. And now this might start being interesting, right? Because now we come here to the gap. If we hold it, we can trade to the upside.
And
okay.
And just to say it again, because 2 p.m. with FOMC notes, expect a lot of volatility going into and after that. So just stay aware.
Yeah, if you don't like the stress, just stay away.
Yeah.
Wait for the movement, and then you trade the retest or the bounce of the movement. Okay, that's always a great trade. You don't need to be ahead of it or be right on it. You don't need to guess. You can just be on the side. Like FOMC, every single time, the days after FOMC are the days that you make the real money. Okay, this time it was to the upside after FOMC. So we get that big drop on the FOMC day, went to test those lows, and after we got that massive bump. Okay, look at this. After our FOMC, this is FOMC. Let me get it here. The 1 hour. You see, FOMC big dump, right? We dumped what? Almost $15. But look at after. We went all the way from 726 to 776. Okay, that's $50. This was the move after FOMC. It's all FOMC minutes is not like that at all, but you don't need to. You can trade the next day and see exactly what's gonna happen, where the move is, and you try to follow the move. Okay, it's always like this. The move after FOMC is a lot bigger than the actual move on the day. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna jump on my channel. Let's see if we can get some good trades. The rest, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks, Ginger.
Yeah, man.
All right. Pocket. I think that was a question for Ginger, right? Missed that one there. Sorry. Anybody else have anything that they want to go through?
Is there any way you can answer that question for me?
Yeah. Let me. I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to get the pointers out. So tell me. I'm looking at the chart. And let me pull it up for you.
Yeah, it's basically he said he didn't like Netflix because price action was following the MAs.
Gotcha. Okay. So. He uses different MAs than me, so that's going to be a hard question for me to answer. I apologize. It's so funny because I can see him on his camera on my recording still, but I can't talk to him. So it's like, Ginger, come over here. So what I see on here in terms of Netflix is we came down, we bounced off of the support line. We have a small trend line here that's holding. We need to take this line out here. So today's number would be 79.40 for a go long on this. Otherwise, watch for a rejection at that same area. The downside is that on my side is I see the 4-hour 9, so I use SMAs, he uses EMAs. So my 4-hour 9 is above the 4-hour 20. The 4-hour 20 is slightly curled down and turning up. So I do see support here, but that is also with the big push of whatever happened here. Highly volatile. So your today's range is really looking at the 79.42 and the 76.84. Both points look for rejection. So rejection on the top and rejection on the support. So either side there. So be cautious here with this for sure. And with that, we have the open, and it looks like we lost. All this stuff is moving quickly, but yeah. So I'm okay with it right there. If you want to hold it through, just be careful on the top side. Don't lose the 4-hour 9 if you're getting in or in.
Okay, I was actually just kind of more referring to why he didn't like it following.
Sorry,
the EMAs.
I don't know which.
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's
sorry,
all good, bro.
Sorry, brother.
I appreciate you.
You got it, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Anybody else? All right. I'm gonna end the call, and I'll post it up ASAP. Thanks.